Ladies and gentlemen, life as we know it is an unpredictable adventure. Each day brings opportunities wrapped in challenges and possibilities that often require us to step beyond our comfort zones. But here's a thought to ponder: what's a life worth living without a story to tell? And what's a story without a risk taken? That's why the principle we explore today is simple yet profound: no risk, no story. Look back at any great story you admire, whether it's a tale of a legendary hero, a groundbreaking entrepreneur, or even your own personal milestones. What do all these stories have in common? They all started with a decision to take a risk. Think of it like this: risk is the spark that ignites the flame of your life's greatest achievements. Without it, there's no adventure, no triumph, and no legacy worth leaving behind. Now, when we talk about risk, let's be clear. Risk isn't recklessness. It's not about jumping blindly into the unknown. Instead, risk is calculated courage. It's stepping into uncertainty with preparation, belief, and the willingness to grow. Risk is the farmer planting seeds, knowing that storms might come but trusting the process of nature. It's the entrepreneur investing in an idea, fully aware that failure is possible, but so is extraordinary success. Risk is essential because it challenges us to stretch beyond our perceived limits. You see, the comfort zone is like a warm blanket on a cold day. It feels good, but you won't grow under it. The magic happens when you venture outside that zone, where the stakes are higher, and so are the rewards. Jim Rohn, a man whose words have inspired millions, once said, "If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary." And isn't that true? Playing it safe might protect you from failure, but it also shields you from success. Taking risks is like planting seeds for personal growth. Think about learning to ride a bike. As a child, you risked falling. You scraped your knees, got back up, and tried again. And eventually you found your balance. That's the power of risk. It teaches you resilience and unlocks your potential. As adults, the stakes feel higher. The fear of embarrassment, failure, or loss keeps many from taking risks. But let me ask you this: how many opportunities have you missed because you played it safe? How many stories remain untold because fear held you back? The truth is, risk and reward go hand in hand. Let's consider an example. Every entrepreneur who has built something remarkable started with a leap of faith. They didn't have guarantees, only a vision and the willingness to risk time, effort, and resources. Think of Steve Jobs, who risked it all to build Apple, or Oprah Winfrey, who faced countless rejections before becoming a global icon. Closer to home, you might think of a time you took a risk, perhaps in a career change, a relationship, or a new venture. Was it easy? Probably not. But was it worth it? More often than not, the answer is yes. Here's the irony: the greatest risk is not taking one at all. A life without risks leads to regret, and regret is far heavier than failure. At least when you fail, you learn, you grow, and you try again. But regret, it leaves you wondering, what if? Now let's address the elephant in the room: fear. Fear is the #1 reason people avoid taking risks. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. It's a powerful force. But here's the secret: fear is a compass. It points you toward the areas where you need to grow. Jim Rohn often said, "Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action." Fear is natural, but it's not a stop sign. It's a signal to prepare, to equip yourself with the tools and knowledge you need, and then to act despite the fear. Your life is a blank page, and you're the author of your story. The choices you make today will determine the tales you tell tomorrow. If you want a story worth sharing, you have to take risks. Maybe it's starting that business you've always dreamed of. Maybe it's pursuing a passion project that seems daunting. Or maybe it's something as simple yet significant as telling someone how you truly feel. Whatever it is, know this: the stories that inspire others are born in moments of bravery. When you're old and looking back on your life, what stories do you want to tell? Will you talk about the times you stayed safe, or the moments you took a leap of faith? Remember, the best stories aren't about avoiding risks. They're about conquering them. Ladies and gentlemen, life is short, but it is vast with possibilities. The risks you take today are the seeds of the stories you'll tell tomorrow. Don't let fear rob you of your potential. Embrace the unknown, take that leap, and create a life filled with meaning, growth, and impact. Because at the end of the day, the equation is simple: no risk, no story. Now go out there and write yours. Thank you.